How's it going, guys? PlayStation Fever here. The Thieves bring you the best PS3, PlayStation 4, and that's right, the PlayStation Vita gameplay, news, and everything. Now today, it's actually more of a serious topic, and I need your input on this one. I need it. You know, that's why Google and YouTube invented that comment section for you to comment, because it's serious, or more of a, something I wanted to talk about. Because I was asked this a few months ago, where I thought that the Sony would actually make a successor to the PlayStation Vita. Not that, well, that's kind of too soon to assume that, though, but I said, you know what? I might as well talk about it, where I see the PS Vita in the future, why it's not why I think it's not performing so well, how I would like everything to change, though, and how I see, handheld in the future with Sony. So let's get to it. Now, personally, I love the PlayStation Vita. Obviously, I named PS Vita Fever on this current channel when it came out, when I made this channel. I was going to post nothing but PS Vita content, but me losing my main channel caused me to pretty much just think about everything else. So I kind of changed to PlayStation Fever, where I post everything that I used to post on my other channel, right? So, but PS Vita is still like a grand base, why many people of you subscribe because of the PS Vita content, which I still like to produce. But I also wanted to make more, content beyond PlayStation Vita. Now let's go ahead and address something that obviously everyone knows. Handheld, the business of handheld and how it is now isn't how it was maybe 10, 15 years ago with like the Game Boy Color, with the Game Boy Advance. It's different now. With cell phones and mobile gaming, it's pretty much taken a nice chunk of that graph to where probably, the 3DS and PS Vita are left with less had mobile gaming not exploded to where it is now. So maybe, obviously, I do see that that's a blame for why the handhelds in general aren't really performing as well as mobile, although I don't really see mobile being a huge threat to gaming itself, though. But let's just be honest, mobile games sell more than what PS Vita sells in games. Now, a big video that a lot of people like to compare is the 3DS versus the PS Vita. And if we don't talk, we just strictly talk about sales, obviously, without a doubt in my mind, the 3DS dominates and murders the PlayStation Vita. Well, the 3DS, link in the description as always, sold 38 million units thus far, while the PlayStation Vita has sold a mere 6.5 million. Although the 3DS did have a 10-month, advantage, within those 10 months, the 3DS was able to sell roughly around 10 million, while the PlayStation Vita, with 2 years in the market, hasn't been able to outsell that. Pretty sad. I mean, I'm a PS Vita guy. I love the Vita. It's a powerful machine, though, but let's just be honest. Numbers don't lie. When you have that, the PS Vita is pretty much being killed by the 3DS. It's sad to see that, because what this means is that less developers are willing to make games on the Vita and probably end up moving to like the 3DS or to something else. The best-selling PlayStation Vita game is Uncharted Golden Abyss, that sold a mere 1 million copies, which it's good, right? For a handheld in itself, it's not bad, though, but 3DS is pretty much killed with Pokemon, with their Mario games. So let's not even talk about that. But interesting enough, I want to talk about franchises that the PlayStation Vita needs, right? Nintendo with the 3DS, they have Mario, they have Pokemon, they have Zelda. These well-established franchises from the past that people know. If you ask, a person what would they prefer, Tearaway or Mario, they'll be like, what the hell is Tearaway? And obviously they'll go with Mario because they're familiar with it. They know what the game is all about. They're familiar with the franchise. PlayStation, I don't even think they have that well-established, mascot or franchise, because I always feel like it changes in every system, right? Crash in the PlayStation 1, but they, obviously Spyro, but that IP pretty much was given away. And then Sony had to reinvent themselves and find a different franchise. But anyways, on the PlayStation Vita, there isn't that definitive, mascot, if you will, or that franchise that only the PlayStation Vita has. Sure, we have Killzone Mercenary, which is a fantastic game, though, but not many, to be honest, Killzone isn't a big franchise, right? It's not. But what's interesting enough, although I personally wasn't too pleased with Call of Duty Black Ops to classify with the single player and the multiplayer, take a look at this. This game, although it got bashed around, it got terrible reviews, the game was still able to sell 800,000 copies, right? It's the second best selling PlayStation Vita. And the reason for that, obviously, because Call of Duty has been well established. It's a well established franchise. And when people were like, wait a minute, I can take Call of Duty on the go, I need to have it. Now, had this game been properly made on the PlayStation Vita, like graphically, if they included, let's say, a proper single player, it included zombies, and a well more robust multiplayer, this game probably even sold more than 1 million copies, helped sell, PS Vita sales with that. But the fact was that there was no communication between Treyarch and the company that was making it declassified, thus causing the game to pretty much be crap and Sony not giving a damn, assuming that is why it didn't really sell as much as it should. So who do we blame? Assuming we need to blame someone, right? We can't blame, it's all the marketing part or it's all this and that. It's actually a combination of a lot of things. Marketing, for one thing, when it comes to marketing the PlayStation Vita, there isn't many adverts that are market the PlayStation Vita, right? You don't really see any commercials. It's the truth. You don't. It's really dead, assuming that. They also don't have much of marketing when it comes to games. Like Tearaway, I don't think I actually saw a commercial on Tearaway in the PlayStation Vita unless I went online. With Killzone Mercenary, I didn't really see anything like that. And that's what they need. They need to start making great marketing on the PlayStation Vita. They're doing great with the PlayStation 4 and the inclusion with Remote Play in PS4, which actually helped sales on the PS Vita. I've tried Remote Play. I like it. It's not 100% though, but the fact that you can play PS4 games on your PS Vita and how it works, it's just the beginning of it, definitely shows some light of how it can be 2 or 3 years from now, right? So with that, actually, it was an article that helped the PS4 with Remote Play help 68%, helped the PS Vita sell 68% more, which is great. The fact that you can be able to market the Remote Play in the PS Vita is definitely a great step up from they were maybe a few years ago, right? That's great that they're able to. But they need to do more than that, right? Continue to do that. Continue to market both the PS4 and PS Vita. Continue to market the games. It's sad, to be perfectly honest, that the PS4 is the reason why the PS Vita is selling more now. That it's almost as assuming that the PS Vita needs help. Why it does. But for PS4 to have to come in and help the PlayStation Vita doesn't give a good sign that I don't feel that actually Sony would consider making the PS Vita 2. Again, more familiar franchises. If you have a Grand Theft Auto, if you had like a more proper Call of Duty, if you had a Battlefield 4 or like a Battlefield game, like a Gran Turismo game, that sort of thing, Final Fantasy, if you have more, franchises that people are more able to recognize on the Vita, I'll be able to sell even more. Like what they're doing with Minecraft, it obviously came late on the PS3 though, but people are buying it, people are talking about it, it's trending. And once that comes to the Vita, the fact that it's able to be on the handheld is a huge plus, right? With Pocket Edition, it has more limitations of what the console or what the PC have, but as I made a video about what the PlayStation Vita version of Minecraft will be, it will be a par to the console. And when you have stuff like that and maybe a little bit cool features on like using the touchscreen and stuff like that, then this game will sell a lot, will obviously help the PlayStation Vita out, and they're able to actually have it as a physical copy. Because Minecraft, again, has been able to establish its name. It's pretty much everywhere it's talked about. And if Sony's able to kind of, make a bundle with it, make a physical copy of Minecraft on the PS Vita, I can guarantee you kids or anyone in any age would want to have Minecraft on the PlayStation Vita. Whether regards or what you think of Minecraft as a whole franchise, let's be perfectly honest. Like with Call of Duty Classified, had the game been more properly made and stuff like that, it would have sold twice as much as what it did, how it is. So to recap it, obviously the PlayStation Vita needs more familiar franchises. It needs to market them and market any new IPs and stuff like that for more developers to come closer and start making games. To be perfectly honest, I don't feel that the PS Vita would actually outsell the 3DS anytime. I don't feel like it would actually sell its PSP, brother. I don't feel like it would. Although with the PS4 helping out with Remote Play and all these features with Gaiku and whatever, and with PlayStation Plus being a great integration on Vita, it's not really enough to sell 100 million copies or a unit. So overall, seeing how the PlayStation Vita has been performing 2 years, how the consumers react to the PlayStation Vita, I personally have come to the conclusion that I just don't feel that Sony would invest on a new handheld. I would be totally shocked if they would. But I just don't feel that Sony would actually make the successor to PS Vita. I do feel that they'll still continue to do it. It's obviously kind of still early in their life. It's 2 years now. There's still some life and juice left on the PlayStation Vita. They're still going to include with PlayStation 4, with Gaiku and PlayStation Plus and how that goes. There's still going to be games like that. But how it is right now, how it stands, I just don't feel Sony would make a PS Vita 2. Now, I personally love my PlayStation Vita. I made a review. All these cool videos on the PlayStation Vita are going to be in the description. I love my Vita. I think it's an excellent handheld. I do feel that it has a lot of great games. Just they're not really marketed that well, and people aren't just even looking for them. So that's my 2 cents. You have to tell me what you think about this. Leave in the comment section below. But that's kind of how I feel the PlayStation Vita, how it's directed, and it has problems. Let's be perfectly honest. It's not the best system in the world. It still has its problems, and for Sony to be able to make a lot of more money with it is if they address these issues. And there you have it, folks. PlayStation Vita signing off, and till the next one. Make sure to subscribe and check my other videos out.